I think we should probably just start off by saying welcome.
Welcome
to everybody. This is, to be fair, this is probably going to be really awkward for the very first few episodes because we've got like Alex sat behind the mic right now, literally laughing at me. And as well, this is just something that we want to try and do, just to have a bit of a laugh. Generally, just try and help out. Not even help out. I'm struggling for words. Cut this. It's just going to be something that we try and do to have a bit of a laugh with each other, like with our team and everything, and just, you know, maybe something that you go watch and you enjoy as well. Just share the journey.
Or fall asleep too.
Or fall asleep, yeah, do what you want, or masturbate, your call. It's completely up to you.
Yeah, we'll save the deep throating of the mic for episode 10.
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
Noted. Yeah. So, obviously, this is the AM podcast. I'm Alex, and that's Mez.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Was that Bruce Forsyth? Didn't he come out as a pedo?
Oh, wow.
Can we get a fact check on that? The first fact check ever.
It took 5 minutes. We discussed
I think
this.
it's less than
We
5
planned
minutes.
for this.
Yeah,
Not
no,
very
we
well as
definitely
our
no,
fact checker who's not
not at
checking
all.
the facts.
Our fact checker, who is also a sound engineer, who's monitoring our sound whilst the cameraman is not touching the camera and is sat watching him Google.
So yeah, we are on a, shall we say, a tight-strung budget.
Yeah, he's not a pedo. Can confirm Bruce Forsyth is not a pedo. Isn't he dead though? Yeah, he is dead.
You just
Bruce
accuse
Forsyth,
a
rest in
dead
peace.
man of being a pedo.
To be fair, that's how it comes out, isn't
That's
it?
what they did it to MJ.
Yeah.
We're just jumping on.
Yeah, like you were saying, we are on a bit of a budget here, aren't we? So.
Yeah, we're quite literally in a uni house living room, which started its Christmas tree up. We're now halfway into January, so we're about 350 days early.
Something like that. I can't be asked to count. Yeah, we are very early, or we're late. Depends on how you want to see it.
Every girl's worst nightmare.
I'm always early. I'm sorry, anyone. Right. Yeah, so this is just a starting, really, just a beginning, just see where it ends up. We're doing it as a laugh. We don't plan on taking things too seriously just yet.
How many episodes do we give it until... Sorry, mic check. How long do we give it until we're cancelled?
I think we need to think
Also, episode 10. The minute my lips touch that microphone...
Cancel them. I think, to be fair, to get cancelled...
That microphone's only 3 years old!
How old is the microphone before we start deep throating it?
That one?
Yeah.
Well, how old's that one?
Not legal. They're not legal. Fuck, they're unlegal. Is that the police? I'll shut the window in case police come. Yeah. We just you start from
pure aroma of uni students.
To get cancelled, though, surely we need following.
To actually following.
We need following to get cancelled, so it's quite an interesting topic, that. It's, could we get cancelled? That should be a goal. Can we get cancelled without a following?
Maybe we could counter-cancel. Get cancelled, and all these people that jump on the hate train.
As soon as I do it, you need to step forward.
Just put out a racist tweet now, and in about 5 years' time, you can bank that.
Yeah, if somebody goes cancellers, I'll just be like...
So,
somebody goes cancellers, I'm just like, I'm what?
I love how quickly you had that to hand. How many times a day do you use that?
Quite often, yeah. So at the factory I work in, if somebody comes up to me, it's like, can you do this? And I'm like, no. And they're like, why? I'm like, Uno reverse.
If you Uno reverse, you have to say yes, and then you go, boom.
Oh, fuck, I didn't think about that. But they don't think about it anyway. So, yeah, no, I have to save that quite frequently on my phone because of how often I use it. I'll usually end up scrolling for too long. I use it in group chats as well. So it's like somebody will get really annoyed. Like all my lot down south, I will put that in constantly. So
should do it when you go to the barber. Like he's like, I'm going to cut your hair now, and then you're just like, no,
I'm going to cut your hair.
Yours.
No, I wouldn't. I'd feel sorry for Jake if I did that because he could just clap my cut up very easily. It's already pretty clap, but we move. Right, so segment 1. Cool. Segment 1. Introducing. Right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a little talk about... Oh, sorry, Aaron.
I'm already feeling the second-hand cringe from Future Us.
Oh,
just watching this back.
We're going to watch this back on episode 10. We're going to watch this back and just cringe because of where we're at. But we move. So the first segment, we're just going to talk about what we did on New Year's Eve, which sounds pretty fucking dead.
Babysit.
So, yeah. Well, I kind of just disappeared off to another set. But
yeah.
So we went to the Warehouse Project in Manchester, not in New Year's Eve. We went on New Year's Eve. Okay, isn't that right, Mez? Can I get a fact check?
You really threw me on.
I'm going to pass it on to you whenever
Whenever you can't do the English.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And for me, that's quite frequently. So, pretty much.
So yeah, we went to New Year's in the Manchester, as Alex put it.
We went to the New
We
Year's
went
Eve
to Manchester
in the
on New
Warehouse
Year's
Project on
for
Manchester.
the Warehouse Project. There we go. Third time lucky. And so obviously we travelled down, met in Lincoln, which is where I'm based.
Biased. Which is where you're biased.
Went down there, just three boys, me, Alex, and Josh.
Oh,
You're
Josh,
going to
bless
hear
him.
a lot about
Yeah,
Josh.
Josh is going to come up quite frequently. I'm going to look at the camera now. Josh, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for anything we're going to say to you now in the future. What I've said in the past, I'm not sorry because most of it's true. But we love you.
If it makes you feel any better, we do love you. You will probably end up being our first special guest because we're going to hype you up.
Emphasis on special.
The smart way to do it because we're going to hype him up and he comes on and it's
It's just going to flake.
disastrously
He's going to come
disappointing.
on and just fall into like a paracetamol hole.
Where's the radio? I need to sniff it.
Oh, Josh. Yeah, so what
That is
happened
an out
is...
of context joke.
Yeah, that's a very out of context joke.
We're starting early.
Very early. So what happened with Josh is it was sort of 11:30, halfway to midnight, which is obviously, believe it, on New Year's Eve is halfway to the new year, half an hour away to the new year. And we went up to the bar and we were ordering these shots, and there was these really strong shots, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And me and Mez had one each, and we were like, we can handle it. And we looked at Josh and went, do not do this shot. What did he do?
He did the shot.
He did the shot, and he took it back like an absolute champ for 10 minutes. And then he was just kind of slumped. He was like this.
He ended up in an alcohol.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Yeah, he was just dying. So at the back of the Warehouse Project, there's sort of this like podium, these pedestals.
Yeah,
like,
sort of free-tier pedestal.
Yeah,
Like, it was
like a
like- it was-
heightened stage, isn't it?
It was almost like a little social gathering area where people go to find their friends.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much
basically
what it was.
And as well, it's for those people that don't want to be like in the middle of it, but still want to listen to it and like enjoy the music. Like I wouldn't mind it on there because sometimes when I'm in the middle of it all, it's just a bit stressful, innit? But
He was pussy.
yeah, there's that as well. And I don't like people. But then, so we left Josh there and we went and got him some drink. And no joke, we were like force feeding water down him. We were going, drink this. And water was
To be
expensive.
fair, with water, like we all drank a lot of water that night.
yeah.
Like tactically, because the guy we met two guys there, Mikey and Sam, wasn't it?
Sam, yeah, shout out you boys.
Met them two on the way there. We met Mikey first, and essentially he was waiting for to meet his mate from the train. What was about 5-10 minute walk from the train station, which was about a minute walk.
We
from
were
the
literally we were
Warehouse
outside
Project.
Piccadilly, Manchester Piccadilly station. We were literally outside it, bro.
Yeah, so went to meet him. He was on his own, and we got to chatting. I don't have no idea.
Yeah,
how
it
the
was one of those
conversation
things. I
started.
can't remember how we crossed paths. We just kind of saw him and was like, "Hi," and he was like, "Hi."
I
And
feel
then
like something was happening in that area. It was like someone being pulled by police or something.
I reckon something like that must have been
Like,
going on.
I
But
think,
then again,
I
we
think
can
there was a
talk
bit
to
of a
people
crowd
anyway.
gathering to spectate something that was happening, like rubbernecking.
But also, how much of a happy-go-lucky guy is Mikey? That boy,
That man has secret powers because
bro, he just disappeared.
one of us
and
disappears.
If we disappeared, we die. We disappear and we go. That's
We
it. We
can
don't
lose
see
each
them
other
again
for
to
a
the end of the
minute.
night. But Mikey disappeared. Every time he came back, he was like a fucking boomerang.
He just spawn. Like you blink
hello.
and he'd be gone, then you
We're
blink
like, we
again.
can't
he'd be
move until
back.
we've got Mikey. And Mikey would be like, "Good evening."
Yeah, it's like he had.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
We just had to say his name and he'd reappear. It's like
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Say
It's like
Mikey.
Beetlejuice.
Say Mikey 3 times. He'll turn up. Just imagine that, just mid podcast.
Oh my God.
Right, boys.
Yeah, if you just
Just
turn up
rocks
now,
up
he's
through
at
the
the back
door.
window. He's heard his name been spoke. We're just having a few
yeah,
technical
tech-
difficulties. You need to. I think
I
it's
am
you
the technical
talking.
difficulty. Yeah, I need to
I think
talk
this
like
is going to be
this.
one of the bigger issues. Why does this stand not work? Right.
I feel for you two having to edit this into
Yeah, 'cause
one.
I think Alex is going to be the one that edits it all. I do
You've got
feel
a
sorry
job
for
on
you.
your
For what it's worth, I do feel sorry for you.
Cheers, big fella.
Back to the Warehouse Project before we
Yeah.
got easily derailed. So yeah, like Mikey just had superpowers. He'd just reappear, wouldn't he? And Sam was jokes. The thing with
Yeah.
Sam is obviously he'd be talking to a bird, but he just couldn't quite finish it, could he? He could talk to the bird, but he wouldn't be able to finish it. And it's one of those things.
It was baffling to me because I'd
He's a
used
good-looking
my
dude. He's
power.
a good-looking
yeah,
dude.
he is. He was, and he didn't appreciate that about himself, which we made sure to big him up. That's
Oh
what we
yeah,
did.
yeah, we bigged him up, hands down.
Yeah, cause like he was saying about how it'd be, like it being fate, us crossing paths and everything, and it was because literally you wouldn't think us lot had just met that night.
No, you
the
wouldn't,
night
with how we
had.
were acting. But then again, we get on with everyone, don't we? And
Yeah.
by the sounds of it, they're also very similar to us. So
Yeah, but with Sam, it was confused because like he'd do so well, and like the girls would come this way. I'd use my power of deflection.
Hard par.
Hard par. I go, hey, you met my friend Sam?
Hi, have you met Sam?
Yeah, and he'd last a
studio
good
then.
5-10 minutes.
Longer than me.
Yeah, which is longer than Alex, but then I don't know. He just
myself.
couldn't get that last inch.
I'm myself, if I'm honest, mate. That's doing my head in. So I've just got to be careful on my haven't I?
You do it right to his eardrums.
Right, so we've just got to be careful pronunciating the P's. Right, yeah. But no, it was overall it was a really good night, wasn't it? Back to Josh.
Why?
This is where we were. So Josh obviously died and he didn't disappear. We knew exactly where he was. He was on our
He doesn't do that
shoulders.
often.
Yeah, he dies very frequently. So
Do you want to know the annoying part is that I saw which way you boys were going because he was behind you. I think it was me, Josh, and Mikey.
oh yeah, this was during the Hannah Want set, wasn't it? Yeah.
I totally know all the artists' names. I go for the atmosphere. I don't know anyone.
I know it all.
I just enjoy it. But yeah, so Josh is just in front of me, Mikey's behind me, and Al and Sam are out front, leading the way. And I see them, obviously when you try and navigate through busy crowds, it's a pain in the arse and you will get caught up. And
Did you know? Sorry, I saw something, and I'm going to use it next time. If you don't make eye contact with somebody, it is easier to get past them. They're more likely to subconsciously move out of your way. Whereas, do you know, if you look at someone and go, excuse me, mate, like that, which I prefer it, by the way. If anybody ever walks past me in a club, I would prefer it if you tap me on the shoulder and I'll happily move rather than barging through me because I'm not particularly a big youth. But apparently I saw something and it was, if you say instead of looking at someone, you look just away from them like that, they're more likely to just subconsciously move out of your way.
I'll sort of
Don't know how true
I'll
it is.
start to make the move through and then go, sorry, I'm just coming through, buddy.
Yeah, I'll tap them on the shoulder and go,
I'll
thank
just-
you, have a good night.
Yeah, cheers, man. I
Yeah.
mean, that's how probably 20 of the conversations we had with people last night. Not last night.
Last night.
last night.
Yeah, sure, last night.
New Year's
15
Eve,
days
that
ago.
night.
Yeah.
Started. But yeah, so obviously I saw which way you were going and Josh just stood still.
Yeah. But
That's
that's the thing.
I gave him a little nudge, Josh, go. And then he turned around because he thought I'd tapped him to say something. And he turned back around and didn't know where you'd gone. I was like,
Am I allowed to put this in my mouth now? Tell us something your mum doesn't know. Oh. Yeah, no, but then it is difficult to navigate through those. And obviously, Josh is tall, but he's not particularly big, is he? He's a relatively skinny youth.
Yeah, don't help it, it's quite docile as well.
Yeah, he doesn't push. Josh, we love you, by the way. This is all out of love. Yeah. But no, yeah, back to the pedestal. So we sat him down on this pedestal. Literally, he must have stayed there for nearly 40 minutes. Was
Yeah.
it? Must have been about 40 minutes. Whilst we're just pumping water down him, making sure he's good. Have a bit of this, get it down you. You'll be all right. He wasn't. So one of our good friends, Charlotte, we'd all given us, we'd all
Shout out
connected
to our mum.
Yeah, shout out to our group mum. Lol. We'd all told Charlotte that we're sharing our location with her on Find Out My iPhone in case one of us got kidnapped by the mafia. Very common occurrence.
They'd have given us back very quickly.
Yeah. So why'd you pick me? Can I go on the aux, please?
Can you put some music on, please?
I like Eminem. Can you put Eminem on, please?
Are you going to torture me? Is it going What do you plan on using?
Yeah. And we I was like, as soon as you get back into the hotel, because I don't trust Josh walking anywhere because
He told me you were getting a taxi, man.
Yeah, he told me he was getting a taxi
times.
too.
I was like, okay, get a taxi book and I'll walk you out towards the exit, but I'm not going home.
you can't leave
Because
anyway.
I never get to go out, being at uni and working as much as I do. I never get to go out, and I'm almost always the fall guy when someone dies to sort of baby them and get them to wherever it needs to be,
Yeah.
get water down them or take them back to the tent
You've
like
looked
at
after me. I
Creamfields.
think you've only ever looked after me once, which I'm proud of.
Yeah, that were worth about 10 though.
Oh, yeah.
That worth.
Mentally, I think that's worth 10, isn't it? Yeah. But then he got home, didn't he? And it was really amusing because at the end of the night, so what was it, 5:30? We got back in. We bought him some chips. We'd had the worst pizza in the world.
I can't believe how long that night was though.
Bro, yeah, we were there
because we
from
was
7.
out from 6 o'clock, quarter to
Early,
6, wasn't because we went to Spoons first.
We went, but we were out from 5, walking about to different pubs and that. And then, to be fair, Manchester's a really good night out. And we were in Spoons and then
I'd
we
do Warehouse
progressively...
Project again. To be
Oh,
fair.
hands down.
I'd be down for it.
Shout out Warehouse Project, please. Shout us out back. We need it. Yeah, and obviously we must have been out from 5 until what? So 5:30. So that's a 12-hour. That's 12 hours, mate. That's mad.
I'm impressed that both me and you, considering how much we had to drink, was comprehensible throughout the entire night.
Yeah,
I like that
think
to
we
be
both
my
reached a point
record.
where we were like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah."
Just talking Simlish. It's like Creamfields all over again.
It's like Creamfield's point two.
With marching through
Yeah.
people instead of tents.
That image, no joke, is burned onto my brain of you just strolling through tent post after tent post.
Mez, what are you doing? It's like I'm trying
I'm coming.
just like that. Do you know that get out scene where he just charges at the camera?
We're like, Mez, where are you? And I turned across and I just saw all I heard was like 10 pegs getting ripped out of the floor. And you were like, I'm okay. We're like, I'm not bothered about you.
So if you went to Creamfields in 2021 and you lost some tent pegs,
It was probably
my
us.
bad.
Oh, well, more specifically him.
Sorry about that.
He's not. Yeah, he's not sorry.
Imagine I am.
Yeah, no, imagine he is.
I'm
and
probably going to do it again.
Yeah, probably. Next year. This year. Fuck,
Yeah.
it's 2022, man. Mate, that's crazy, isn't it?
So in 2022, made any New Year's resolutions?
I think, to be fair, my New Year's resolution this year is to focus more on getting financially stable and as well as progressing my career more. It's not really a resolution as towards it as a life goal, but I feel like this year I can progress more efficiently with the opportunities that I've been given through my company and everything, that I can actually make a solid sort of footstep or, get going in the right direction. And I feel, to be fair, I think usually on New Year's, I feel relatively not underwhelmed, but not particularly excited that
Well,
it's a new
holy
year.
shit, it's another fucking day.
Happy fucking New Year. No, it's like, but this time I'm actually feeling, do you know what? I've got like a very positive attitude. Like, we're starting this, which I'm kind of glad has ended up in the new year. It might not come of anything, but I'm hoping it.
I think
really
it'll
hoping it does.
it'll definitely pick up a lot more summertime.
Or like
when-
late winter when I'm back home as well.
Yeah, it's just, we have proper contradicting schedules because
Yeah.
when I'm at uni is when you're back home.
Oh, it's this early, is it? He's come up this early. What are we naming him? Or her? They. What are we naming they?
Melanie the melody. No.
Melanie the Melody. Clive the Clef.
Call it Jardy because it's like a melody on my head.
That is the deadest joke of 2022. Oh, I know it's 2021. Right, stop.
Take it
Yeah.
away.
Speaking of New Year's resolutions, you've asked me what mine is. What's yours?
So I've not actually made a New Year's resolution for maybe 2-3 years now.
Neither have I.
Because
but you really
I
put me on
don't
the
have
spot.
like one fixed thing. So my approach now, instead of making one set thing, like to quit doing one thing or to start doing something else, is just to take steps every single day of sort of self-improvement.
What,
be it
like
starting
using a pedometer and stuff like that?
Are they them things that count your steps? Why would I use...
Well, you said you want to make steps. So.
Oh.
Hey, stop banging on the table! I don't know, kick your box in a minute.
Yeah, we're already pissing off our editing team.
Sorry, guys. We're not sorry.
How many times are we going to say we're not sorry today?
I don't know, but I'm not sorry.
New drinking game for anyone watching this. Take a shot every time Alex says sorry. I'm not actually
Sorry.
sorry. That's right. You're not making it 2023.
So by making more steps, what do you mean?
Instead of making one massive sort of, what's the umbrella one? Making like one set resolution for the whole year, it's just taking each day sort of as it comes and developing and trying to improve my skill set day by day. So with this finally coming into play, we're finally doing the recording for this. It'll be practicing sort of speaking in front of the camera, being myself.
Yeah,
As soon as
that's a big thing.
I don't know about you, but obviously this being the first time, as soon as that camera put up,
Yeah, no, yeah.
than bit, I
You see, I didn't get warm, but I'm slurring my words a lot, which
Yeah.
is something I do when I'm nervous, like or excited. Do you know what I mean? I'm rather autistic in that fashion. But as I'm calming down, I'm slowing down a bit. It's
Yeah.
one of those things that the second it came on, I was like, oh, what's English?
but also like if we use a podcast for example, is spend more time beforehand record. My brain just went.
Yeah.
Cut.
Just insert the Windows sound.
Yeah, so putting more time into sort of practicing what we're going to go over, covering what topics we're going to discuss, just to have a bit more
Yeah.
organisation to it. Other things, just like starting reading, spending some time.
I can't read.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It's meant to be really good to help you sleep. Like if you challenge yourself every day to
What,
sort of
reading?
because your brain is like really counterintuitive in the sense that if you try to go to sleep and like I'm tired, I need to sleep, your brain will keep up.
Mad.
But
I
if
know
you
it-
tell
I know it was-
yourself,
I know it could help, but I didn't think.
but if you tell
can't sleep
yourself
if I'm reading.
you can't go to sleep until you finish this chapter, then your brain's like, well, fuck you.
Steamroll.
You're
through
not
it.
finishing this chapter. You're falling asleep right now.
Yeah. That's
So
mad.
it's just little things like that because my sleep's
You see, what it
awful.
is I don't personally. Do you know when I'm reading something, I don't find that much enjoyment in it. Like I don't. Do you know, like, say I'm reading a book of something that's already been made a film of.
Don't
like
you
Lord of the
collect
Rings.
comic books?
Yeah, but they're not really books.
You like the pictures?
I do like the pictures. I buy them for the pictures. Yeah, but there's a difference between sort of the comics and an actual book. So like,
Which,
say like Lord
which
of the
rapper
Rings-
was it who was saying about his favourite book? And he's like, I think it might have been Lil Pump, but he's like,
Because
yeah,
I could
like
barely
this, but
read,
can't
so
really read,
I like
but
looking at pictures better, you know?
That's basically me.
It's,
Yeah.
I think it's one of the little rappers of some
Yeah.
variety.
Thank you very much, guys, for watching our podcast. This is our first attempt. Hint, hint. So this is going at the end of the first one.
He's like leaning into his chair.
Thank you very much for watching. Please let us know on how it's going. We
Yeah,
look forward to seeing
any-
more from you guys.
Any feedback from any of you would be great. As I say, just starting out, wanting to make the best podcast possible, and with the goal of being the #1 podcast in the world.
Who do we sound like there? Who do we sound like there?
Been practicing.
Cool.
So yeah, any feedback would be amazing. We're looking to learn and grow and create even better content for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, I've been not Alex.
I've not been Mez either. Brain stopped working. Cool. See you
So, yeah,
guys.
see you
Peace.
guys next time.